bad luck. If you use it, you're probably bound to lose, but we'll see again if they can make things work if they decide to pick it up. But I do want to say though, the jungles are so important, especially for Aurora. Now that they're second pick, they banned out the Fanny. That second ban slot might be the Suyo, and just ban out the Joy, man. Just put Kyrie in a difficult position, put him in something like a Hayabusa now, or even back to the Hanzo where he can't do much in that late game. But you have to ban out the Farsa from Sans. That is just so high mobile, so difficult to deal with. But it looks like they're opening things up.
Different approach, right? ONIC though, they will still take the, well, at least now they're on the blue side again. So let's see if they're able to dictate the draft. It seems like same bans from side of ONIC, like the second game. It's going to be the Matilda, Chusin, and the Harith. Aurora, this time, you mentioned it, Louis, a little twist there. Seems like they weren't able to find a fruitful win. So yeah, Louis off the board for Aurora.
I think now, to be honest though, I do want to talk about the roam position because that has been so crucial in both games. Badang being utilized by Keyboy earlier on was just so pivotal in creating that space, checking out that brushes, the Jawhead, also in the early game, adding some additional pressure onto the jungles, leaving the Suyo open. Kyrie will pick that up. One of the most OP heroes in the game. The start of today, it was 76% win rate, but right now, things have changed a lot, and I think Suyo has been popping off the entire Mobile Master Series. But now, a question for you, Gani. What makes a good roam, and what do you need to find in a roamer now?
I think bush control is going to be a big factor, right? So pick up a hero that is like it has a great bush control. The Kalia technically has an okay bush control, and also I feel like mobility, right? With the Jawhead here from the side of ONIC, it has mobility. The ult is annoying as well, and with the help or paired up with Moskov, yeah, it's going to be nasty. We saw how the Jawhead and the Moskov 2v1 situation, 1 HP Jawhead, they were able to take down one member. Aurora though, taking a turn here, the Lucas, who didn't survive usually the second phases of ban, now will be picked up early.
Yeah, I love what Aurora is cooking, right? Because we totally forgot that Phobias was left off the block, and ONIC didn't pick that up, so no one's prioritizing the Phobias. So Aurora identifies this. They want to have a winning lane, especially for Lunar this time around. But then again, back to your point about the roams having bush control, having that mobility. Yeah, Jawhead, I would say it's a much better contender in the roam position just because you have a little bit more escape mechanism, can throw people out of the way. But if you're Kalea, you're flickering in, you're jumping in, and you're pretty much a sitting duck because you're committing all of your resources if you don't have flicker. And I think that is what makes or breaks great Kalea players. Make sure that you go into brushes, set up for the rest of the team, make sure you secure that kill before you run off. But Aurora Turkey in the previous game, game number 2, was not able to find that.
No, it was really hard though, right? To at least control the, let's say, the important bushes, providing vision as well, as was really tough for Apex. Though this time with the Lucas, let's see the Kalea connection here, right? CC banned out, so they're predicting that this Lucas is actually going to the jungler position, though it's a 50-50. They will also limit a Hayabusa.
But this leaves the Joy open, so TNZ could pick that one up unless he wants to go Lucas jungle. Might be a huge possibility. And Rosa is picking up the Valentina to prevent Sansa's Feather Airstrike from dealing too much. And I think it's a little bit more mobile with Valentina because you do have double dashes as well, but you don't really have a huge, reliable source of stun. But that is where Apex 47 will come in. So it does look like Sans might be going for the Farsa once again. Keyboy going into the Jawhead. So what's left in the EXP lane should be maybe a glue once again for Ryota.
I don't mind the glue. Ooh. Sicilian though, right? they're taking a risk here on it. Moskov takes time. It's gonna be the high loss for Ryota here. He wants to be a rock right in that EXP. And let's see here, Aurora, will it be Lucas Jungler or Lucas EXP? The Valentina pick, though, we gotta mention, right? It's also a deny counter for that Lucas, because sometimes Valentina will definitely be in the on the opponent side if you pick up a Lucas. And yeah, that's a good deny pick. And let's see here, Lucas Jungler or Lucas EXP. Looking at this composition, prefer it to be in the jungle position. So no, instead they will put this Lucas into the jungler, into the EXP. Hanzo will be the answer.
Really scary. I think this is going to be a very interesting draft or interesting culmination of our 3-game series, our first and last 3-game series of the Mobile Masters, at least in Stream C. But I gotta say, ONIC ID's draft looking hella juicy. I think it's easier to execute. I think that they might have an easier time. On the other hand, though, I don't really like the Hanzo as much, but this is just a personal preference. It clears the jungle pretty decently quick, but it leaves you open if you don't snowball in the early game.
That's the thing, right? That's a tricky thing if you rock the Hanzo. Though, ladies and gentlemen, this will be officially the last game, not just for Stream C, but the last game for the SPS Mobile Masters group stage.
We're jumping into Land of Dawn, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. The last game where it doesn't really matter at this point for playoff standings, as ONIC has really secured their slot with 1 point on top of Aurora Turkey. This is the battle for bragging rights. This is the battle for Aurora Turkey to prove themselves that they too can win against a top-tier Indonesian team. And Gani, you're Indonesian as well, so what is your feelings and thoughts on this if ONIC ID loses to yet another Turkey team?
It's going to be a mixed feelings, right? I root for ONIC. I'm a fan of ONIC, but then again, Aurora won my heart as well. Stole my heart. Oh, top lane. Severo is losing on the trades here against Sigibum.
Yeah, a lot of early game damage, especially from that Granger. They're keeping cannon minions away, but the bottom side.
That's an ejector that will claim Lunar's life there. A good flicker spent from Keyboy. And yeah, they will fight later on for that turtle without a flicker from Lunar.
A pretty tricky situation, especially from the side of Aurora Turkey. You have an aggressive draft, but try to play it to your strengths. TNZ trying to go for Kyrie, though, might not be able to chase him down.
All quiet and dandy, just a kill. Differentiates them, and let's see here. Apex, though, will be jumped on. Force him to use that flicker, so no flicker for not just Lunar, for Apex 47 as well. Keyboy uses flicker as well too, but let's see here. Rosa needs to be careful. Okay, they will not jump on towards Rosa just yet.
Turtle already spawned up. Doesn't look like Aurora wants to fight with this, and this is why I think Hanzo would be a very tough option right here, because then Kyrie knows that, okay, this TNZ is going for that trade. He wants to be able to get away safely. The Keyboy.
Oh, I'm not sure that he will be okay. TNZ locks him down, but TNZ took a little bit too much time there with the ulti and will get punished. Keyboy with the trades. A roam for a jungler, not a good trade for Aurora.
Yeah, I think he's just timing the external body a little bit too long as of this point, but for ONIC, though, this is a very good rotation coming in from all of the members of the team, especially Ryota, who's always present, taking down the bottom side. But hold on a second, in the jungles, TNZ got his eyes set on Keyboy. Want me to take him out. But then again, like I say, Aurora Turkey are playing things a little bit too aggressively. Go and play, have a little bit more patience on that. The Rosa.
Oh, that's Apex, though. Caught. That's the ult already used. Keyboy taking heat from the turrets. TNZ now looking to perhaps an attempt on towards an assassination. Doesn't really find the range just yet, though. That's Kyrie just farming. Apex is low. Gotta be careful. TNZ level 6, Kyrie level 7.
Now, it does look like Aurora Turkey scrambling a little bit, trying to hold the line. I think it's more of a late game that they're gunning for, but TNZ really needs to try to get that snowball. As much as he's got one kill, will not be easy for him to get a sizable snowball if he keeps dying.
That's an ejector on towards Rosa. No chance that he will survive that. That's going to be Ryota with the glorious pathway. Good stun. That's a knock-up though on towards Keyboy. That's a trade. A roam for a mid for now, and that will be Aurora disengaging from a fight. Turtle is up, and let's see here. ONIC, will they be able to shift their gears on towards the next objective?
Severo's already there. I think it makes it easier because Suyo is able to just burst down and blitz the turtle up. And TNZ needs to be able to find some time to get in through that rock wall. Will be a little bit more difficult for him. Will decide to give that up as ONIC is 1,000 gold ahead of Aurora Turkey. Not much, but enough to keep ONIC afloat.
Definitely. And you can see here, a gold gap is, you mentioned, not that much. Aurora, though, a lot of opportunities still here, right? Waiting for that mid-game power spike here to perhaps cause havoc, cause damage on towards the ONIC composition. And let's see here. As of yet, Sigiboom is still very much okay, though. Untouched, unkilled, right? Perhaps a kill or two might get the ball rolling for Sigiboom, but they're also not taking any risks.
Yeah, I think Aurora can't afford to take any risks at all. You got Apex 47 trying to get that Tsunami Slam into the turret, though.
Oh, that's an opportunity for Sigiboom to get the kill, though. That's also an outplay from the side of Apex there. Keyboy a little bit too hasty on that unstoppable force, and that will be punished.
So Aurora taking things a little bit slow. I think they need to be able to wait to critical mass. Sigiboom already built that Sky Piercer. You might be looking for a little bit more team fights, more skirmishes around the map as ONIC try their desperate best to stay late game. They've got the Sicilian, so just wait and pray that Aurora Turkey gets a little bit aggressive and we can take them down.
Slowly but surely here. ONIC seems like they will slow down their pace as well. And all spells are up here for all 10 members. The last turtle will be up, and we might see TNZ this time contesting the neutral objective.
Oh, Luna getting chased down by Ryota and Keyboy, but they choose to go for Rosa instead. Glorious Pathway really laid down, but they touch and go.
Touch and go for now, but Lunar seems to have other ideas. TNZ jumping in. Not enough damage all towards Keyboy just yet, though, as, yeah, he is low now. Glorious Pathway 2. Re-engage. Rosa flickers out of danger, but no, Kyrie denies it. That's going to be a knock-up on towards Keyboy again. No, Ryota. That's going to be the collapse by ONIC, though. One by one, Aurora will fall. 4 members down and out. And now it's going to be the mid-tier 1 being taken down, and that's ONIC. What a spike.
Oh man, the damage coming in from Kyrie is just too much to handle. And they're facing Aurora underneath their own turrets. I think even with the crowd control and even with the chain CCs that Apex 47 brings on the table, it's not enough to deny Kyrie his engaging approach into the midst of battle. And it just makes it so much easier because Sans is able to use that Sanguine Claws a little bit more lower cooldown, grabbing the members of Aurora Turkey as by the foot and just set up for Kyrie to come and swoop everything in. So very good team fight from ONIC. Lead is 2,000. You're trying to get the aggression going on, shifting into high gear as Aurora back on that defense once again. When you're Aurora Turkey, you don't want to be in this position.
Definitely not, man. 2k gold lead though. They can restabilize, but that's a stun! That's the ejector connecting on towards TNZ as well. That's going to be fruitful for ONIC. That's going to be also Kyrie repositioning. Now Lunar out of position. That's the SOD landing. That's Severo jumping into the fight as well. Damage will not be enough to take Apex down though, but Rosa now trying to defend. It's going to be ONIC again with the win regarding the fight.
Man, doesn't look too good for Aurora. I think the only thing they can do now is try to find a split push to buy themselves some time, but clock is ticking. It's not going to be easy for them. This is just...
Yeah, invested. Leota taking a lot of heat and will be taken down by Sigiboom. Now they want to fight. Keyboy will be the main target for now for Aurora Rosa. Very aggressive movement, but now take a look at Sans now. Gets caught, stunned up, and now will be shut down. Harry caught as well as Lunar will be the assassinator. It's gonna be Sigiboom finding the kill as well. Aurora, they roar as they have equalized. Gold lead diminishes.
Oh, they were not expecting that. ONIC was staying a little bit too close underneath the turret. And Apex 47 took that opportunity, pulled Keyboy into the fray, and then the rest of the members, especially Sigiboom, having the damage already, taking Sans down. And I think Sans, again, the understated, underspoken hero of the team, created so much opportunity for ONIC. But hold on a second, Lord fight.
Two glorious pathways. Not every day that you can see that. TNZ though will get the Lord. Ryota taken down. ONIC, they need to be careful. Keyboy disengaging. Not enough range to really escape. And that will be a double for Sigiboom. Mind you, he has the Sky Piercer in hand. And Aurora, they really have turned things around.
Oh man, 3 members down for the side of ONIC. It looks like their earlier game is up. Now Aurora Turkey, they're leading the charge. As long as Sigiboom is with them, they can create that death ball once again. And Severo can't do anything, can't even get close. Lord marching down the top side. TNZ trying to find an angle towards Kyrie.
Slowly but surely now. Lord marching. Aurora, do they have enough firepower? They do. Glorious pathway there. Stolen. It's going to be Ryota being the recipient of that ult from Apex. But that will be the Lord, and the Holy Shield, Holy Defense top lane will still be active. But, I mean, mid is going to... All tier 3, all base turret is still alive though for ONIC.
Yeah, no boom, no holy defenses being popped by Aurora, but that's the biggest lead that Aurora had in the 2 games that we had so far. The Keyboy 1-6-8. It's not having a good game, and so does Severo 0-0 so far in the 11th minute mark. But now I think it will be difficult for ONIC to try to get into that back line. Let's take a look at the replay real quick. That's double glorious pathway to try to slow the approach, and Kyrie is not there yet. And I think Aurora Turkey, taking advantage of the lack or absence of Kyrie, tries to go in for the Lord fight and then retarget, prioritize into the loose members of ONIC. But coming in again.
Oh no, Severo got caught! That's not a good sign. ONIC, Ryota now isolated and taken down by Rosa. 2 members, 2 important members taken out. Here is Aurora now. They are just in control of the economy of the map and also the pressure.
Well, Sigiboom is just popping off left, right, and center. You get the mid wave already pushing in. As long as Sigiboom is able to be defended by Apex 47, that might be a huge opportunity right there.
That's a flicker, that's a set from Apex. Kyrie, though, will find the kill, but it's still going to be Kyrie and Severo now trying to defend. That's a SOD. Okay, Severo will not commit to that, but that is already a win for Aurora, right? Getting the mid turret down. 15 seconds is the countdown to the next Lord, and I don't think ONIC is in position to do a contest.
Yeah, I gotta say, it's gonna be super difficult for ONIC to come back on this, especially since Severo needs to come online. But right now, Sigiboom is just popping off. And like I say, he's reached critical mass. He's got 6 stacks of Sky Piercers right now, and it's easy for him to get easy executions onto loose members of the team, and that's how Aurora likes to play it. Apex 47 body blocks the rest of them coming into fray, and it just looks like another fight gonna come through.
Yeah, let's see here. Keyboy Lucas jumping in. Immortality popped for Keyboy. Keyboy will not be able to survive out of that Sky Piercer. Yoda, the next casualty, Kyrie, terrified! And that's gonna be Siggy Boom collecting the triple kill. That's gonna be Wind of Nature, though, trying to survive, and Severo will not be able to see the sun. Aurora really bashing. Now they got to clear the mid. They're looking for the end as Ryota Keyboy will be up in 10. Can Suns defend? Aurora sail up with 5. Siggy Boom has immortality in hand, with Cecilia now desperately trying. But ladies and gentlemen, it does seem like Aurora got the better of the yellow porcupines.
In the battle for a high-stakes game, ONIC made it to the playoffs, but Aurora Turkey won the bragging rights